This video will show you how to use the Filemanager system in LiveText to store various artifacts or files or videos or other things from your SCHD programs that you want to have for later uploading into a portfolio or to create an e-portfolio for interviewing, those kinds of things. From your student login, your home page on the dashboard, you'll go over to the tab that says Tools. The Tools tab has a lot of different things in here, most of which as students we don't use. Visitor Pass, this is something that we'll come back to in another video, that you can use and create to help share a portfolio you have created or another LiveText document you have created with people external to SCHD who don't have a LiveText account. So this is a great way to share a working portfolio for interviews, showcasing your work. So we'll come back to that in another video. But also here, this is the part we wanted to talk about today, is the Filemanager. And the Filemanager is where all of the files which you have uploaded into LiveText and attached to an assignment or attached to a template, this is where LiveText stores those. So the couple of things to know is the Filemanager, as you can see the little symbol here, think about these as your hanging file folders, or just like on our desktops. Computers, we have our My Computer, or you have your My HD on the Mac, where you can store things, and just like those file systems can use folders, and we can make subfolders in folders, we can do the same thing here in LiveText. So the structure is exactly the same. Uncategorized are those files which have not yet been labeled and have not been assigned to a specific folder, if you will. Archive, here you can put things in the archives. Trash is things that you have deleted, and just so you know, even though you put it in the trash never goes away. This is not like the recycle bin or something that you can come and empty and get rid of everything. Your trash will always be here even though you've put something in the trash. Manage labels, this is where you can create the names of your file folders. So you'll notice here I have two file folder names, one for lesson plans and the other for scroll images. If I want to make another label for pieces, so this one I might want to put in student assessment work. And I now have a new label for my documents that I've uploaded into LiveText that I can call student assessment work. You'll also notice that what you see here under your manage labels, these labels show up over here on the far right under the manage labels system. So here, from here, you can click on each of those labels and see what you have stored under each of them. You'll notice the student assessment work is empty. We've just created it and haven't moved anything there. So there's one way that you can get to your different categories, your file folders, if you will. You'll also notice here at the end of our Filemanager tabs, the current label that we're looking at highlights here on the end and shows up. So that also tells you what label you're looking at. Your upload files and images, this is the same uploading system that we use to upload and attach files or images into the assignments in LiveText. Same process, choose a file, find out where it is that you want to upload something from. Remember, again, when we upload things, we need to wait for the green completed before we move on, just to make sure that we actually have captured that. Now you'll notice we uploaded that. We haven't done anything else with it. So it's going to show up. This new history doc that we just uploaded is going to be in our uncategorized file system. It hasn't been moved yet. The cloud import, you can import things that you've saved in Dropbox and download them to save into LiveText. This brings you here. You sign into Dropbox, and or if you don't have a Dropbox account, create one, but kind of hard to download anything from Dropbox till you actually have an account and have things there. But this is also very nice. If you do keep things in the cloud, you can move them from the cloud into your LiveText account if you so choose. Coming back here to our uncategorized, we've now looked at all of these possible options under the File Manager. I want to put some of these documents that are sitting here uncategorized, and I want to make a label. I want to put them in a file folder. In order to do that, we simply check mark here on the box to the left of the name of the document. Apply label. Where do we want this one to go? We'll put this one in our assessment work. Notice now we are looking at our student assessment work folder. This is the only document in here. I can, if I want to, now that I'm looking at it within a subfolder, you'll notice we now have two choices. We have either apply label or we have change label. Apply label lets us add, there's your error message if you forget to select your file. I'll show that to you again. If you click on apply a label and haven't selected your file, there's your error message. Select your file, apply your label. This one's in student assessment work, but I also want it in lesson plans, so now I'm in lesson plans. Here's the Marlene history, but you'll notice if I come over here to student assessment work, this document is now in both places. If I only want this document in one place, that's where I can go here, select the document, and click on change label, and it will put it in one specific place. So now you'll notice we're back at the student assessment work. It's not in either of my other two areas. So you have quite a few options as to the different ways you can manage your files, put them in subfolders, have them in multiple subfolders at the same time. You can also, if you need to, remove a file from a subfolder. Notice again here we're in the lesson plans folder. I'm going to remove this JPEG image from it. You always get a check anytime you're removing or deleting. Are you sure you want to do this? Now notice if I go back to my uncategorized, I'm not seeing it there. But if I look here, it's also not in my trash. So this is where we have to be very careful when we remove something. The reason this one didn't show up in our trash or in our uncategorized is because it did already exist in another subfolder. So if you have removed something and it doesn't show up anywhere and you feel like you've deleted it, remember it probably already exists in another subfolder. LiveText doesn't delete anything, and I'll show you that right now. We're going to select this image. We're going to delete it. Yes, we want to remove it. Now that image shows up in my trash. And you'll notice I can download what's in my trash and save them somewhere else. But there's no way to actually delete it and totally remove it from LiveText, which is one of the really nice things about it. You never really lose anything that you've ever put up in there. So unlike the case with our hard drives on our computer, which can crash on us, or we inadvertently delete something and they're gone forever, in LiveText, even though you've deleted something, it's always will be in your trash, and LiveText does not ever dump anything, even after your subscription has expired. So this is a nice way to store artifacts, lesson plans, assignments, papers, things that you have worked on, videos, for your program that you either need to use for a program template, for a culminating portfolio, or to help you put together an e-portfolio as you apply for different jobs or showcase what you've learned in your program.